Hey y'all, it's Amy again. I am going to do another straight pour. Big surprise, I know. I've just been having so much fun with these lately. And I have done a couple in this same kind of color combo of the chocolatey brown and coppery rose golds. And I'm going to continue that today, but today I am using a kind of vanilla colored base coat. So this is a custom mix. I took some Liquitex Basics in the unbleached titanium and then quite a bit of just regular titanium white to make it a little bit lighter. And then I ended up with kind of this French vanilla color. So we're gonna do that. I have painted my edges just because when you start pouring, sometimes it gets a little transparent on the edges and you don't want anything white showing through. We don't want the canvas showing through. So it's almost like it primes the sides and also gives it a little something to grip to. The paint will grab that. So our colors that we are using today are the DecoArt Americana Decor Metallics, and this is the antique bronze here, but I took a little bit, and where did I put it? I took a little bit of this golden raw umber and I added it to darken it. I wanted it to be a little more chocolatey, and this is what we've got that we're going with today. We're also using the DecoArt's Americana Metallics in the rose gold. And here it is mixed up. Gorgeous, gorgeous color. And the DecoArt's Americana Decor Metallics in the pearl white. And this is what this one is, a gorgeous pearly white. And then I'm trying to decide if I want to add just a little bit of 24 karat gold. Sometimes she can just really take over. She's just a bossy bee and I'm just not sure. Oh, it's hard. She turns out really gorgeous in the paintings, but she can really take over and or ruin a composition. So when it comes time to pour in my cup, we'll see what I've decided. So I'm going to flood my canvas here with my base coat, and I guess I'm just gonna hush up as always and let y'all watch. Thanks for stopping by today, guys. Okay, we've got our canvas flooded. I'm gonna move it over here to the side and we're gonna fill our cup here. I am gonna pour a small amount of that base coat into the bottom of my cup. I'm not gonna measure, I'm gonna measure with my heart. But for those that wanna measure, I would say it's about a quarter of a cup, maybe leaning toward a third. But I just eyeball it because I spent too much of my life measuring paint the last couple years and I don't want to anymore. It seems to be a waste of time unless you're doing a pearl pour. Then you need to measure, or at least I do. Okay, so I've got that in the bottom of my cup, and now I'm going to start with my darkest and go to my lightest, and I'm going to check my consistency again because this paint will thicken and I want to make sure I've got it the right consistency. So we want it to leave a trace and then dissipate very quickly. And sometimes with the metallics, they trick your eyes a little bit. It's hard to tell. So I would say a 1 second trace, if not just a little less. Yeah. This rose gold really thickens up quick. Ooh, pearl white thickened up on me quite a bit. Pour some of that into a secondary cup. So that I can really stir it better. And we're gonna start from our darkest and go to our lightest. And I think I'm not gonna, now that I look at it, okay. I'm not gonna add the 24 karat gold. I don't know, guys. Okay, I'm not going to this time. I'm not gonna do it. So we're just gonna go with our 3 colors from darkest to lightest. I'm gonna pour from up high so that it churns in the bottom. It's gonna make kind of a plop sound. That was a little plop. That one was a bigger plop. And a medium plop there. So that's starting to do its thing in the cup, and I'm going to take a little extra of that base coat and pour over the top so that everything has something to react with. And I want to do this gently. I don't want to cause any more churning in the cup, so I'm just going to pour very gingerly over the top where colors are already coming up. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but I just want to make sure I'm getting some coverage there. And we'll put this away for later use. Slide our canvas back in view. Give it another little torch here with the Big Daddy torch. My little one quit lighting on me. Okay. The big one is nice, but for smaller projects, I think I do prefer a smaller torch. Okay, making sure all my edges are good and ready to go. Give it one little turn before I get started, just to make sure that it's starting to roll on the edges. And you know what I do next? I hold my breath and pray that I don't screw this one up. I'm gonna hush up now and let y'all listen to some music and watch this pour happen. Okay, I still could have poured a couple more seconds, I think. It's hard to know. You don't want to get right to the very end and kind of be out of paint before you start doing that spin at the end. And you don't have to do that, but that's just what I do. So I'm going to take my cup, my leftovers, put it in my slop bucket here with the funnel, and I just let it all run out, because at some point I will strain all this, filter out any particles, and reuse this paint for a base coat later on. So we're going to let this start to develop. I'm going to torch it and give it a rest. I walk away. I let everything start to bubble and the boulders to start to build. The air is going to rise up from the bottom and it's going to create those cells. Okay, we'll check back in a minute. I'm pushing in my side here. I don't want it to start running off just yet and ruin the round shape we've got. If it starts running and pulling, you'll end up kind of with a oblong shape, and I don't want that. So actually, I'm going to tilt just a little more to the center so that does not happen as much, and a little bit to the right. Okay, I think I've let it sit long enough. I really love the way it's looking. I like my boulders here. I'm going to start spinning it out, and we're going to spin it very slow. If paint flies off your surface, your tabletop, you're spinning too fast. So I'm going to take it nice and easy. I think I want to keep this one centered. So what I've been trying to achieve in this series that I'm doing is to create the look of a seashell. And I feel like this is as close as I've gotten to the look of a seashell. You know, you have the seashells like the end of the conch shell, that they have that peachy pink, tan, brown coloring. And that's what I've been trying to achieve. So I think if nothing goes wrong, I'm going to keep my center centered. Cross your fingers. If it goes off to the side, it's okay too. It's all going to be good. It's all good. Slow spinning. Okay. Now I know that this moved faster. This is moving a lot slower. I'm going to tilt just a little bit this way in the hopes that that helps me not lose the more circular spiral that we've got going. And we may, and again, that's okay. Nice, 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 nice. I'm liking this. Okay. I think I'm going to just spin again and not tilt. Okay, yeah, I'm liking this. Okay, I'm gonna tilt a little bit more toward this corner, just a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna take, do I have enough? No, there's not. I'm gonna take a little bit of my extra paint and pour on these corners so that it starts moving it. It's gonna be a flow extender. It'll start pulling that a little bit. Okay, let me put just a little, here's a little bit in here. Just gonna add a little more base coat here, and that will be like a flow extender, and it'll start pulling the rest of the design off the corners of the canvas. Okay, I'm going to stop here because I don't want to lose anything else that's happening. So no more spinning. I may even tilt just a little bit this way because I don't want to lose anything else that's happening. And I can take, for these little corners, I have this tool from DecoArt that kind of looks like a pie server, and I can take some of my drips that are down here and I can just stripe them there so that the design just kind of blends in, and it'll run down the side, and you won't know after it dries that it didn't fill the whole design to begin with, or filled the whole canvas to begin with, actually. And then you can kind of pick from your piles that are darker or lighter so that it just blends right in. Okay. And this is great to do if you have any little spots that didn't quite get covered. And that way you still get that drip look of the colors running down. And then what I always do at the end, this is my slop bucket, the extra paint drips. I just take that tool I was showing you and go around the bottom edge of my painting to catch the paint that's coming off so that I can use these in a base coat later. So you end up with enough after a couple paintings that you can make a base coat out of it. And we don't want to waste our precious paint. We spend a lot of money on this art, and we don't want to waste any more than we have to get the look that we're going for. Okay. So what do you think? I'm pretty happy with these colors. Let me turn it this way. I'm not sure which way looks better. I'm really pleased with this, guys. But I think I'm going to do one more here in a second. So I just really love this color combination. Thanks again for watching me. Be sure and subscribe and hit that like button down at the bottom. I would so appreciate it. And we'll see you next time down on the canvas.